I am Valérie Jumessi and I am a French entrepreneur. I'm based in Paris. My parents are Cameroonian. I'm the artistic director of our family business, which is called Upgrade Agency. And I am also a consultant in image and a creativity coach. I co-host a podcast with my three sisters and my mother. It is called Les Jums Podcast. I have always been fascinated by the human potential. For me, it is so important to, as a woman and as a man, to be able to realize our dreams. So welcome in mine. It's AMULETTE Podcast. It's a 10-minute bubble of courage in French and in English, where I will be talking everything vulnerability, authenticity, and freedom. So make yourself comfortable. Welcome in my dream. This is AMULETTE Podcast. Hey you, and welcome in this new episode of AMULETTE Podcast. I am Valerie, and I am super happy to have you with me for the next, 10-ish minutes. I hope you're doing well, really. For me, it's Sunday, and I feel absolutely great because you're gonna know why. Today, I wanted to talk to you about perfectionism and how it messes with my head sometimes. And I'm gonna explain to you how AMULETTE Podcast is gonna be changing a little bit based on what I'm gonna be telling you. Basically, when I launched AMULETTE, when it was born, I will say, it was a way for me to heal because I was getting out of the pretty intense relationship, having to deal with a lot of trauma, having to heal myself. And I wanted to find a way of expressions that would suit me. Basically, I am not too much about being in front of camera. I'm kind of, I would say, insecure about this. Why you gotta be so insecure? Or just not comfortable. But behind the mic is good for me because you don't see my face, and that works for me. So I decided to just, instead of doing that on my own, I wanted to embark my sisters and my mom so we could each have a podcast in which we could just express who we are as people, because we have our common podcast which is called Les Jums, and it's basically it's a transgenerational conversation. So my mother is here, she is 63, and then I'm with my three sisters, so we talk about subjects that are important to us, and also it's a healing process for us, to be honest. So we did that. Now it's called Upgrade Podcast. You can find all the information on upgradepodcast.paris, and basically we have one podcast a day. And it's 6 a week. So 6 podcasts, 6 contents for you on topics, depending on whatever the person who's behind the mic want to talk about. So AMULETTE is out, and it took me a good 3 or 4 episodes before really promoting it. I was afraid and really shy about it. I was feeling like, okay, you are doing this, but no one needs to know about it. And it's weird because it's a lot of work, and I was just so afraid. And I realized lately when I was in my shower that actually I was just so afraid of what people would think about me or would say about me. Especially because I decided to launch this podcast in French, which is my mother tongue, and in English, which is not. So I know when I'm traveling and going to the US or English-speaking countries, people are like, oh my God, you speak English well. But it's different to speak in English with someone who's in front of you, and then you can understand your gesture and your face expressions, and behind the mic and acting like what? I don't know, just deciding to talk in English. I was, and I'm still, no, I don't think I am anymore, but I was afraid people who speak English would make fun of me, really. And so I was doing all this low-key. So it's a lot of work, but I'm doing that low-key. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, I'm a complex human being, as you are too. So I just realized that, I cared too much about what people think, and especially when I don't even know what I think about me, when I don't even know if they think about me, but I am here in my head creating that stories where I people are saying stuff about me that, oh, I am not good enough. Who does she think she is? It's not interesting. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So it's hard. It's hard, and it made the process of creating Amulette really, really painful for me, because I was late on giving my podcast so the team could take care of it, and I realized, and I was wondering what was going on in my head. Why would I not do the work that I'm so passionate about, and why would I take so much time doing that? And I just realized that it's because I was worried about what people will think about me, and also that I was a perfectionist. So that's the second point. Just for you to have a little bit of background, I've been interviewing people so they get on board in our company. And what was really striking to me was the fact that a lot of young people were saying, when we were talking about, okay, what are your qualities, let's say, and what are the things that you think you need to work on. A lot of them were saying that they were perfectionists. And in my head, I was like, bullshit, man. This is bullshit. Like, there is no such a thing as perfection. It's just for you to feel, it's just you feeling that you are not good enough. And so you need to perfect thing in order to feel like you are worthy. And so I was thinking about that, really like judging in my head when I was in the same position. I am someone who wants the things to be perfect, even if I know that there is no such a thing as perfection. So it took me a while to realize that, and shout out to Brené Brown, my spiritual mother. She just helped me through that, and explaining that, yeah, it was just a way to hide your shame and to hide the fact that you don't feel inadequate in the world. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's me. And being an artist, and now a coach and an entrepreneur, and trying to just become the woman that I want to be without limitation, trying to be that, Renaissance woman. It's hard when you are a perfectionist, because it means that anything that you do is never good enough, and that you are going to work relentlessly on something when you can just, create something, just iterate on it, post it, and share it with the world, knowing that there is no perfection, knowing that you have room to improvement, but just the action of being, okay, I'm going to do it, I'm going to post that. And that is the process that matters. That is not the end results. That is not the, oh, it's good or it's bad. That's the process of you and me putting yourself and myself out there. And it's hard. It is hard, but I'm going there. And I decided, since we are like almost half of the year, that I'm going to work on that part. I don't want to be afraid of what people think about me, especially when most of the time I think they're going to say negative stuff, and they're not. At the beginning, when I was receiving some feedbacks from my podcast, I was really nervous to read or to listen to them, because I thought that, well, I would be hurt by things that would be said or written. And it was never the case. Never. Most of the people were saying, okay, these are the things that you can improve, but here is where and how it helped me. So it means that what I did had an impact on them. And that's what I wanted. And yet I'm afraid to hear it. And I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to do that. So today I decided to fuck that. I am tired of being afraid. I mean, there are so many things to be afraid in this world, and being afraid of my own power won't be one starting now. So if you feel like you are a perfectionist, just know that it's not what it is. You are afraid of something, or you are seeking the validation of someone. And the sooner you realize it, the sooner you accept it, the sooner you will be able to move forward and just to be who you want to be. Because everyone is afraid of something, and the difference between the doers and the one who does not do it, it's just the one who are afraid are just using fear as a way to move forward and to just do whatever they want to do. No one has the good answer. No one knows. I mean, just do it. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just telling you right now, I'm going to change a little bit the format of the podcast. It's going to be more, maybe shorter. I don't need to prove to you that I've read 10 books and listen to 4 podcasts about a subject. I don't need to prove that I'm not talking bullshit to you. I am doing research, and I think I have skills and I have information that are really useful for you to grow and to free yourself. And I am sure about that because I am listening to the voices that are experts on those subjects, or neuroscience, epigenetics, psychology, creativity, like all those things I am learning from masters, because I also needed it in my own life. I need it in my life for me to be the woman that I want to become and to keep my head up every day. And I need it for my clients because I want them to feel empowered, and I want them to, at some point, being autonomous. I don't want them to need me. I want them to be free and to be on their own. And for you guys, for you, because I want you to listen to that and feel like, okay, I can do something, or okay, I can decide not to care about what people think, and so I can do more. Not the do more in, oh, let's do more because we are in a society that, oh, you need to do. No, it's just that if you are passionate about something and you want to put something in the world, then you do it. Because the world needs that. We need people to be their authentic self and to feel good about it, because then everything is better. So starting now, Amulette is gonna be free of me judging myself and free of me thinking that you're judging me. If you are, well, that's okay. I mean, everyone is judging everyone anyway. So if you have criticism to make or feedbacks, I would love to hear from them, as long as they're made with like kindness. And also, if you have like harsh criticism, which has never happened to me so far, I will look at what you're doing in your own life before deciding whether I should take this into account or not. So yes, shorter Amulette, it's gonna be more spontaneous. I'm gonna speak a little bit more like this, but I will also continue to work on like essays podcast where I'm talking about deep subjects, because I think it's important to understand what is going on in order to change. So we will still talk about the neurosciences, we will still talk about epigenetic, we will still talk about the psychology. I will still make research and give you tools for you to activate them in your own life so you can grow. But it will be a little bit also more like, I want to have fun doing this podcast. And actually right now I am smiling because I'm having fun. Because it's free. I don't care anymore about what you think. Sorry, not sorry. And I hope you do the same in your own life. We don't care. Let's just do it. Life is short. So yeah, I am so excited right now. I'm making big changes in my life. And it feels good. It feels really, really good. So thank you again. Thank you so much for being with me in this journey. We are not a lot in this community yet, but it does not matter. It does not matter because if I touch one person, I feel so grateful and so emotional sometimes, because I'm like, girl, you're making a difference. That's all matters. And I'm happy about that. So thank you again for being there with me. 3 things I think are really important. Don't forget that I am a coach, and if you need someone to work on subjects or things where you're stuck, you need a boost of motivation, you need to level up, you need to be a little bit more creative, or just, call me. DM me, send me a message. I'd be happy to help you in that process, because I've been through that and I now have the tools to help you go through that and to make sure that after you are able to do it on your own. And in that matters, we, my sisters and me, are doing a special offer during the month of June in our website. So you can have 20 minutes of coaching free by phone or Zoom in French or in English, and we can start to talk about the places where you're stuck and see how we can help you. So this is totally free, so make sure you go on the website. I will put the information on the description box. The second thing, if you went all the way to the end of this episode, make sure you send it to at least 2 people. Why? Because first of all, this is totally free for you. So I feel like it's good to be in a system of exchange. So you are listening to me, and it's good, and I'm thankful. So what I'm asking from you is to send this podcast to at least 2 people that you think are going to be interested. And third, I don't think there is a third. That's it. It's just a brand new me, as Alicia Keys would say. I hope you will. Make sure you take care of your mental health. That is so important. Make sure you remind yourself that the most important moment that you are living is the moment you are in. That's the most important. The rest does not exist. The past is past. The future is not yet there. So you take good care of you, my friend, and have a good one. That was Valerie for AMULETTE Podcast. Bye.